Oh, I'm on the team now. If you want me to run
Yeah,
through it.
yeah. Go through salary and see who got zeros next to him.
Let's see. Oh, wrong New York team. All right, Giants. I mean, he got some guys that need contract, but there's nobody he want except for wait a minute, good cat.
Jesus Christ, bro. I just want to do a real talk. That's all I want to do. What's up, bro?
Hey man,
What?
quick question, dog. I got a pick for one of my corners, man.
What?
I gotta wait till the free agency to try to trade him.
Yeah. When I advance, trade will be back open. I can't unlock trade. It locks on the game itself. So you gotta wait till we advance.
Cause look, I ain't resigned him. I'm trying to give me a third round pick for him.
D West, we not doing all this today, D West. I'm telling you right now. You should have signed his ass. I am not. This is not that league. I'm not doing that type of shit. I can't. First of all, it's too late. I can't manipulate no contract right now. They still gonna leave your team because it's too late. We already have to resign the stage. So I don't know if the nigga, if you ain't signing nigga, then he going to free agency. That trade is a dead trade.
It's cool. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah. Don't stress yourself over shit you should have already took care of.
Alright.
Get it together over there, Cowboys owner. Get it together over there. You got Jerry Jones looking real bad right now.
I got who?
You got Jerry Jones looking real bad. Your owner looking real bad right now. You trading niggas you ain't even signed.
He's looking bad.
Hell yeah. Whoever did that deal with you about to be mad as hell.
I know. He just asked me. I said third, you got it. That's cool. He about to go to free agency.
Yeah. All right, I'm in the middle of a real talk. Tune in.
Alright.
And you on real talk trying to scheme right now. You know that?
Who trying to scheme? I ain't
Yeah.
trying to scheme.
That's you try to hustle. You used to it. You used to sending me some bullshit, hitting me with some bullshit. I know.
Yeah.
Everybody used to it because you know why? Ant always show love and make sure niggas is good. So it's like, let me push the envelope as much as I can. But nobody's listening to it. I'm not doing nothing for nobody. Like, we are going to play this shit raw, and whatever happens, happens. If you can keep your cap together, you're fucked. Because I'm not giving out no cap relief, no nothing. You just got to better show. This is what it's about. Show how good of a GM we all are. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. You know how to move. You've been playing this game for a long time. You know what to do. So let's go. I want to see you turn that Cowboys franchise back into a winning franchise. They ain't been winning in a while. What's up?
So we're going to do some great things this year, pal.
My man. I appreciate it. All you got to look forward to is by the 7th round, the strong safety D West will be on that team.
I hope so.
Ain't no hope so. You got to draft yourself by the 7th round. All right, my boy. You niggas is the most hustling motherfucker. I swear to God, bro. I would it's at least like 10 niggas that I would love to on some street shit have them with me all day long, bro. We'd make so much money. Oh my God, these niggas is some hustling motherfuckers on the game.
Junkies. Alright, so man, I hear that it's a video out, man. Better yet, it's a rap out about WBML. I heard his rap was kind of completed like 2 weeks ago. It's funny because I'm guessing that he knew King Fought was gonna win the Super Bowl. It's about my man AntHits. You know what I mean? He name drops a lot of players. I'm not even gonna say who the name dropped. It's only hearsay. I haven't even heard it yet, but I'm about to hear it now. One premiere. Alright, let's see what he got. Okay.
Death Row. Schmut, aka Lil Rocket, man. Thanks for allowing me to bring all my homeboys over to your league, man. Death Row in the building. Taking over shit, you heard? AntHits, the Raiders Super Bowl. King Fought, the Cowboys Super Bowl. Who next? I know it's a Death Row member, though. Not to my... First off, I want the Raiders, nigga, fuck the Bucks. Gave them the Irish Mike hit me, made them butt. Second, I'm them all just to trade up. Now everybody grabbing teams trying to blow them up. Hold up, it ain't that, it's the scheme, dog. King Fought, draft rookies.
60 overall, it's the scheme, dog.
Plug them in and make them green.
And everybody and their mama trying to run a fade. Hold up. Killing y'all. Come on, see these niggas always DMing, bro. Oh my God. Can y'all just stop texting the chat? Jesus. Fuck the Bucks. Gave them the Irish Tillman. He made them butt. Now everybody in it. Hold up. It's the speed, dog. 60 overall. It's the speed, dog. And everybody and their mama trying to run a fade. You know what? These niggas, bro, they be tearing this chat up. Yo, is it a way that I could fucking mute that where it won't affect my value on my phone?
The volume, you can mute the chat.
That's what I'm ready to do. Cause these niggas, boy, and it be the fucking Bengals all day long. Niggas don't want me in this attitude today because all they do is complain and bitch about nothing. They don't have no idea what the fuck's going on. They just complain and bitch. Let's see what the latest complaining and bitch is about. I'm done resigning. He only got one guy really to sign, and that's Leonard Williams. But fuck it, I can wait an hour. You ain't got no choice. I'm done resigning. Damn, that took forever. My whole team had like 10 upgrades. Why would you upgrade people? That nigga went crazy in the sim, won MVP and all. Laughed my ass off. The niggas went undefeated, man, and he can get upgrade, nigga, and he can. No, he can't. He ain't play the game. Like how laughing out loud. I ain't gonna lie, my shit was the same way. No, I can't trade some of these heads for better picks. Laughing out loud. Good luck with that. All right, so how I mute the chat, bro? Right here. Let's see if that. Let's mute for an hour. Yeah, let's see if that works. Let's see if that stops the interruptions. Let's get back to it. This is when we first started being crews. We was Death Row. That's where you had the 2 Live crew with McCoy and all them. This is what Demon Time remind me of, our attitudes back in the day. Nah, that shit didn't change nothing, bro. These niggas still hitting the chat. Yeah, they gonna keep hitting the chat. You know they retarded. I move them all just to trade up. Hold up. It's the scheme dog. 60 overall. It's the ski dog. Now everybody and their mama trying to run a fade. Hold up. Since a while back. Been killing y'all with the Wildcat. Fucking copycat. Putting juice on his players. Think that bro for that. Then it's Boona Mill. Run WBML, nigga. Oh, we was on that shit back then. We ready to get back to it. Oh my God. We was on our shit. We went over there, took that league over. That's what a squad do. Take leagues over. And for you to take a league over, your whole squad got to win Super Bowls or play in a Super Bowl. T, y'all almost there. I'm about to get your boy a first win, so y'all can have y'all little demon time Super Bowl over there, and we can congratulate you on going 19-0 because he can't beat you. He ass. And with that being said, welcome Sunday Draft Day, Real Talk, Real Draft 5, best league around, hands down. Don't ask nobody, find out your motherfucking self. You heard? Show guns.
Yeah.
It's time to get busy today, man. It's going to be a long process of a day, but it's about to be the funnest. This is, man, listen. I'm going to tell you like this. I'm bragging today. Here's why I'm bragging. Nobody's league anticipates a draft better than the Madden Franchise Junkies League.
Facts.
I mean, this shit is crazy. Niggas is losing their mind trying to trade right now. Niggas is losing their mind selling their souls to blow teams up, to do something, to move up, to do things in the draft. You got guys that's still idiots doing idiot shit, fucking they cap up right now. All that shit. My phone been going crazy all day. Niggas trying to hustle me and manipulate me and think that I'm still the friendly Game of Thrones hits where they gonna fuck their cap up and think I'm gonna just give them money. You got niggas bitching about everything right now. That's whole part of the reality story of connected franchise mode and playing in a really legit league that's lit. People are all over the place right now, man. We are all over the place. All I know is this is the best draft class on 21. I'm gonna tell you like this: there's nobody that got a better draft than the Gurus draft, than Madden Franchise Junkies boys. The squad, our draft classes is better than anybody. Deeper, it go deeper than anybody. It's more detailed than anybody's draft. We know players that you don't even know about. All types of shit. Our draft is lit, and it will be that way all the way up until July. About 7-8 classes deep, where none of y'all can go that deep, where you gonna stop at 23 and that's it. Nobody. And then what's gonna happen is, I'm saying it now, you're gonna see in the future 2022 Madden and all that, people gonna start copying off of it because I'm putting it out there now, and they gonna start trying to do what I do to make draft classes long for their league. I'm cool with that as long as you shout us out and let niggas know. Like I shout out Smut and WBML, learning how to run a league through him. I need that same love back. Now, thank you, Ant. Thank you, Hitter. I need that love back. You know what I'm talking about? So, with that being said, man, this draft class is a really special draft class. I remember these guys in high school. Now they really got a chance to be in the NFL. And this draft is going to be crazy. I will talk about who I think going to do what in the top 10. The top 10 picks of this draft. But before I do that, let's talk about the quarterbacks. Shogun.
Yeah.
Is Trevor Lawrence flat out the number one quarterback in this draft?
It's without a doubt.
Without a doubt?
It's without a doubt. I'm not going to say that he's head and shoulders, but he is part of that top tier. He's a top tier quarterback, and he will be in this league for a very long time, depending on who gets him.
Depending on who gets him, right? Not everybody can make somebody great, stay great.
Nope. Nope.
This is my opinion of Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has always been, since 15 years old, the top quarterback wherever he was at. But there's a guy that's been in his way. Since 15 years old, there's a guy in the same state he's from that's been in his way the entire time. So let's take a travel through Trevor Lawrence's 15-year-old to where he's at right now. At quarterback in Georgia, at 15 years old, he was considered the best quarterback in Georgia. We're not going to talk about the country yet. We're talking about Georgia. Meanwhile, on the other side of Georgia, there was a kid named Justin Fields doing exactly the same thing Trevor Lawrence was doing. Now they're in high school. Trevor Lawrence is winning. He's still the number one pocket passing quarterback in everybody's top 300. He's number one this and that. And meanwhile, Justin Fields is slowly doing the exact same thing in Georgia. So then you travel to the Elite 11, and Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback coming into the Elite 11, and Trent Dilfer is saying he's the next Peyton Manning and this and that, and then Justin Fields wins the Elite 11. So then you come back to the top 300 ESPN, and because they don't want to give that black man his just due, they call him a dual threat quarterback and say he's the number one dual threat quarterback in the draft. So they can still label Trevor Lawrence as the number one player in the draft, number one quarterback, right? So then they get to college, and Justin Fields says, I don't care who's at Georgia, I'm going there, I'm the better player, I'm going to play. Things don't work out. Trevor Lawrence goes right to a national championship as a true freshman. And did he win that championship? That's what I want to know.
Yes, sir.
Anybody know the answer to that? Did Trevor Lawrence win his first national championship?
He took the L.
So you saying he won his championship in his sophomore year? I'm asking. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to step out the building and say something I don't know. But I thought he won a championship as a true freshman. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I thought he lost to Jalen Hurts as a freshman. I thought.
Jalen Hurts?
That was that Jalen Hurts Tua dual year where you know
they played Georgia. They played Georgia then. Remember when Tua came in and threw the touchdown, the game winner?
That's right. They met in the final. Okay, that was like the final four or whatever.
Watson beat Alabama. Trevor Lawrence beat Alabama as well, though. He's a national championship quarterback. So did he do it in his sophomore year, or did he do it as a true freshman? That's my question. All right. Well, it don't even matter since we don't have that answer, and everybody that's participating right now don't know the answer either. I know he's a champion. That was the other quarterback one. Yeah, Deshaun Watson beat Alabama. We do. I know that he beat him on the last drive. We know that. But so did Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence won a super championship too. But did he play Alabama for that championship? Yeah, they blew Alabama back out because A.J. Terrell ran that interception back for a touchdown. Tua lost that game. So that was Tua's second year. Alabama lost to Trevor Lawrence in his rookie season. Yep, I'm right now. So Trevor Lawrence as a freshman beat Alabama. Yes, I remember that because Tua threw the pick six to A.J. Terrell. All right, so Trevor Lawrence, Sunshine, as a freshman quarterback starting for Clemson, wins the national championship. Meanwhile, the Elite 11 winner, the dual threat number one quarterback, the second best quarterback in Georgia, is a backup in Georgia. Having problems out there playing baseball, they get racial slurs, all types of shit. He hits the transfer portal. Right? But then they meet again. They meet again this year in real life. They meet again, and they had to duel it out to go to the national championship. Trevor Lawrence versus Justin Fields. So you got the number one quarterback in that class versus the number one dual threat quarterback in that class, both from the state of Georgia, both been compared to each other their entire lives, and now they meet right back up in that same game, and they got to play for who's the best team and who outshined who in that game. Anybody know? I do.
That would be Justin Fields. He's the best player on the
Justin
field.
Fields was the best player on the field in the game before the national championship game. He got hurt in that game as well, but he was the best player on the field. So I say this to say this, man. You watch these kids grow up. If you ain't hit and moved, what? So, Justin Fields plays in the national championship. He gets his ass kicked by the Heisman winner that we're going to talk about a little bit. So, my question to you is Trevor Lawrence the absolute number one quarterback in this draft? Will he be the first quarterback taken off the board? Or do we say Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, you can't separate them. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields is no different. So what I'm going to say is this. Trevor Lawrence is the prototypical NFL quarterback, and they're never going to take shine away from him, neither will I. He is absolutely as advertised. He's that good. I think Justin Fields is being undersold, period. So when you look at the top quarterbacks in this draft, I'm going to take a look at them. Trevor Lawrence, definitely the number one quarterback in the draft. I would say Justin Fields is second. But I have to argue with 3 and 4 here. I think Trey Lance is better than Zach Wilson, and here's why. Their teams that they played for and the divisions they played, they both didn't play top-tier talent, I don't think. Now, he was at a division, North Dakota State is the Division I AA school, and BYU, they played some talent, but again, they're not playing the best talent in football. I like Zach Wilson. I think somebody going to get them a good starting quarterback late in the draft. Might not be a first rounder, but late in the draft. But I can guarantee you that there are Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance are top quarterbacks going in this draft. They will be first round picks. I think we'll get at least 2 to 3 of them in the first 10 picks, honestly. And if people smart, that's how it will go. But yeah, so I like him. So now I like Trey Lance. He's a dual threat quarterback. I like Justin Fields is. You don't have many dual threat quarterbacks in the draft. Jamie Newman's a dual threat. Kellen Mond's a dual threat. Are my players, Corey Richardson is a dual threat. Jay Powell's a dual threat. But sleepers, you got Brady White is a guy that no one, and KJ Costello are players that I think you never sleep on. Marcus Holmes, Shoguns is his my player is a dual threat. And then Peyton Ramsey's a little bit of both. Jared Garantano's a dog. Actually, he's not a dog. He was a really top recruit coming out of high school, but it really just never panned out at Tennessee. He's a guy that's going to show off a little bit, and I think he'll be a backup quarterback that somebody can develop. But as you look at the quarterbacks in this draft, man, you got Ehlinger. He's a dual threat. Not super fast, but a dual threat. Shane Buechele is a good quarterback in this draft. So these quarterbacks all are going to get drafted today in our RDL draft. And all these quarterbacks won't be starters right away. I think the starters are Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields are no-brainers. Zach Wilson will eventually become a starter. Trey Lance is the day one starter. But Kyle Trask, man, from Florida. If any of y'all follow college football, you know at one point they were talking about him winning the Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at a guy that could throw the football, and he has a really, really, really good deep ball accuracy when he throws the ball. He throws a good deep ball. Kyle Trask is another guy that somebody can draft, and he comes right out, and he's a starter, in my opinion. He's a starter. He's a strong arm quarterback. He can make any NFL throw you need him to make. And it comes down to where he goes and who gets him in the development stages of him, right? So I like these quarterbacks that I'm talking about now. That's definitely day one quarterbacks, right? So then let's go to the running backs. How do you say this guy's last name? Because he'll be killing me. I say it wrong all the time. Is it Etienne? Is Travis Etienne the best running back in the draft?
Travis Etienne.
ATN, ETN.
ET.
I know that. I know the first two. You click on them, you gonna get a mid first round pick. What about him? Late first round pick. Kenny Gainwell from Kenny ETN. Yep, ETN. There you go. All right, so Kenny, thank you. I appreciate that. Kenny Gainwell is the guy that nobody's going to pay attention to. So I advise anybody that's looking for a running back to go type in his name on YouTube and look at his highlights. And I'm going to show you why he is one of the best backs in the draft. All right. Do not sleep on Kenny Gainwell. Javonte Williams is a pretty solid dog. Jared Patterson, if you don't know his story, look him up. He scored 6 touchdowns in a college game before. He's a dog, little back, but he got deceptive speed. You know who he remind me of? Remember back in the day, what was that little back that the Bucks had? The real little short back that they gave him a nickname and he couldn't stand that nickname. If Corey was on here, he would know what I'm talking about. He wore number 22 for the Bucks within like the last five seasons he played. Real little short guy, man. That's who Jared Patterson remind me of. I just can't remember the guy's name right now. Javion Hawkins is Doug Martin. That's it right now. That's who Jared Patterson reminds me of. This is a sleeper running back as well. As you can see, A+ juke vision, A carrying vision. All right, but he turned red. For those that don't know, these guys that turn red, you're going to get a bad shell. Not meaning they're going to be a bad player, but you're going to have to work a little harder to get these guys developed. So he turned red, but I would not stay away from him. I'm going to tell you right now. All right, so Javion Hawkins, to me, they call him the human joystick. He does have that track star speed, but I think he's more of a one. I didn't see the wiggles. I just seen he has good elusiveness, though, but his speed is off the hook, though. So when you're looking at speed, you're going to get an A+ juke, ball vision, and then spin move solid. He's a solid third-round pick. Now, guys is going to pick off of pure speed, so even though he's a third-round pick, he probably going to go a little higher in the draft because of his speed. Demetric Felton, if you're looking for a receiving running back, this guy he's a top 15 receiver as well as a running back. He played receiver his first 2 seasons. In his next 2 seasons, Demetric Felton is definitely a all-purpose back. So when you look at this guy, I'm quite sure they might not show it, but he got good talent receiver, and they got him a talented undrafted A+ juke mode, spin A, ball vision A. This kid is a dog. Don't sleep on him at all either. He's a third or fourth round pick in my opinion. But if you like to throw the ball to your running back, this is the guy to go get. You're dealing with a receiver. And then Michael Carter, I like him as well. I think he's a dog for sure. As you can see, late second round talent, A+ juke spin, and he can catch out the backfield as well. He shared time with Javonte Williams in North Carolina. They both are really solid running backs that's going to be starters on somebody's team at RDL. For sure. Yeah, so then Kalen Hill had a big buzz, SEC running back. He had a big buzz, but that buzz kind of fell off the last 2 seasons. He was better younger. Larry Roundtree is going to be a sleeper from Missouri. He's a really, really good running back. And then Trey Sermon, you all saw what he was doing until he got hurt in the championship game, but this guy's a stud, as you can see. Ain't no minuses on him. So he has it all at 221. This is a steal as well for somebody in the backfield. When you get to these receivers, and we look at the receivers, of course, Jamar Chase, Devontae, this is 1A and 1. It could go either or with these two. Either or. Yeah, I'm cool. Yep. You can go either or with Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith as the number 1 receiver in this draft. Now, Devontae Smith, the Heisman winner, and his numbers is just fucking ridiculous for Alabama. From 4 straight seasons, he was just a dog. Jamar Chase had a late start. He had that breakout season, and then he opted out for 2020, so we didn't get to see him play. this last season in real life. But his tape is so good in that championship run that he solidified himself as the top receiver in this draft. Along with him, Jalen Waddle is the speed burner. He's running by everybody. It's just fast, man. Just Henry Ruggs fast. Tyreek Hill speed. Terrence Marshall is a really good 6'4" big body receiver. Kadarius Toney, man. This guy is elusive. He's definitely a human joystick. If you need that receiver where you like to run bubble screens and jet sweeps and shit like that, this is the guy to go get. He is perfect for that. He will do all the little things you need him to do to get extra yards. And he can play really good receiver. He's a good slot receiver. Marquez Stevenson is a dog as well. Again, he played at Houston. So the speed is deceptive. He looks fast on tape, but it's something about him that to me, I think that you could pick him, but if you're not a guy that understands how to build a rookie, you are going to struggle when you go if you just chase him down for speed, because you got to get built, and certain people got that technique where they can build these guys. Rondell Moore, to me, I wish he could play running back. This guy, injuries kept him off the field his last 2 seasons, but he had a freshman year, unlike anybody at 18 years old. He was a dog. Rondell Moore has it all. Squat at 600 pounds. He's strong. 42-inch vertical. This kid is a 4.33 guy, and he can do it all. He's 121 catches in the slot. 32 touchdowns from the slot. So he's a slot receiver for sure. All his work that he really do is there at the slot position. So if you're looking for a slot, like he's not a top, I don't care if you go look at his speed and he's the number 3 fastest guy in the draft, whatever the case may be. He's a true slot guy. So if you're willing to spend a first round pick on a slot receiver, be my guest. But I don't see him coming out. He shouldn't be a first round pick. He got first round talent, but he shouldn't be. To me, I just don't think a slot receiver should be a top 32 pick. He would be a good second round pick to go pick up at all. Rashad Bateman is the number 1 receiver. He's not going to wow you with his speed, but he to me is one of the best polished receivers in the draft. Simple as that. Tylan Wallace, dog, but his tape is funny too because it look like he runs like a 4.3, and at the same time I've seen things of 4.5-ish 40. Some of these guys just got good football speed. I think he's one of those guys. Good football speed, but you're gonna need work on him at the end of the day. All right, so my boy Scary Terry, Tamaron Terry, 6'4", 205. He got good speed. I still think he needs to develop as a receiver to be a true number 1 receiver right now. But this guy can be your number 2. If you got a dog number 1 receiver and you're looking for that number 2, late second round, beginning of the third, but then with the height and looking at a pure Madden player, his height and his speed concept to that will match the fact that you might want to get him early. So I can see this guy going in the first round. For real, I can see him going in the first round. I don't think he should go in the first round, but I can think he's going in the first round. My boy Tutu Atwell is in here. Let me get a Tutu Atwell. I had him at 20. You already know he a dog. He don't make it past 13. I promise you that. At all, because a guy that coached him in real life is in our league. So he's going first round for sure. Tutu is not a first round pick, period. But Tutu is, you know what? I'm lying. Tutu's a first round pick. He's a poor man Henry Ruggs when it comes down to the speed and a Hollywood Brown type player. That 170 frame is kind of small. I made him a little bigger than he really is because he really 160 pounds soaking wet. But Tutu has it. He can do everything. He can run jet sweeps, bubble screens, kickoff, punt return, and then that speed can blow the top off the defense. So Tutu is definitely, to me, a first-round pick. Amon St. Brown, honestly, outside of the first 2 receivers and Chase and Smith, Amon St. Brown is the most polished receiver in the draft. Meaning, he's not going to wow you with his speed, but everything else is going to be great. He is. You know who Amon St. Brown remind me of? Amon St. Brown remind me of Who's the receiver I'm talking about? Steve Smith. There you go. He reminded me of Steve Smith Jr. Amon-Ra St. Brown. To me, I think you wait till second, third round to get him because of his speed. But he's a legit number 2 receiver for anybody. All right, tight end. We all know Kyle Pitts is an animal. Kyle Pitts is a top 5 pick. He won't go on the top 5, but he's a top 5 tight end. Brevin Jordan is another athletic tight end. The Penn State kid, Pat, is a really good tight end. Hunter Long for Boston College is good. Trey McKitty, he played at Florida State, then he went to Georgia. He's a dog at tight end as well. And then Colin Grandson is a sleeper. Somebody can get him second round, third round, somewhere around that, and you're getting a dog, along with 6'7", 258, Tony Pollajan. He's pretty solid as well. Good tight ends in this draft, man. When it comes down to the line, Penei Sewell's the best lineman in the draft. He is a top 5 pick. Left tackle Verrier Tucker for USC is a top 5 pick. Sam Cosmi is a first rounder. At guards, Rashawn Slater is a top 5 pick. Thayer Minford is a first rounder. Sedarius Hutcherson is a dog as well. At center, Trey Hill, first round pick. Landon Dickerson, another first round pick. Josh Myers, another first round pick as well. When you get to right guards, you got Wyatt Davis, Ohio State, Cade Mays for Tennessee, Ed Ingram for LSU, and Chase Hines from LSU. All these guys are day 1 players. Really good line. I can see guys not going to get that. If linemen go off the board, it's going to be mid first round. But niggas is not going after these linemen. What they going to do is go after all the skilled players and overload themselves with shit they can't play with. And meanwhile, the person that attacks their line first is going to win a Super Bowl. Simple as that. You build your offensive line, you don't have nothing else to worry about. You can go get the other shit later on. But the first person that get that line built is going to be the guy everybody got to worry about. That's simple. We showed y'all that in Game of Thrones when Tone did it. As soon as he put that line together in the first 2 drafts, he had the number 1 rusher in the league and went right to the playoffs. Simple as that. At right tackle, Alex Leatherwood from Alabama is the guy. Walker Little and Jackson Carmine all have first round grades on them. When you look at DNs, you got some studs in the DNs. I don't think it's maybe about 4 DNs that personally can go in the first round, in my opinion. The way I draft, I wouldn't draft none of these guys in the first round. But if I had to get them, Greg, number 1 Miami guy, Joe Tryon can play outside linebacker or defensive end, so he has a lot of talent that you can get in the first round. I like Vanderbilt's guy, Pat Turner, Thomas Booker, but Tyreek Smith from Alabama, from Ohio State is a dog. And then this kid from Duke is pretty solid as well. On the right hand side, Kwity Paye is a top 10 pick. Jalen Phillips is a top 5 pick. Carlos Basham is a top 5 pick. So these guys right here, man, these guys should go in the first round. Guys gonna need them pass rushers. I think these 3 guys go right away. And some guys on here with good speed that I know people gonna pick, but then they not gonna better block shit. They ain't gonna better do things. So when you picking your D lineman, do not get confused with speed. Please don't. Don't look at these guys that got the 86 speed, 87 speed, and think that you're getting a dog. Because everybody know is ways those guys get blocked. The pass rush ain't as crazy as it is in previous Maddens how it is on this list. This they don't really kill you with the pass rushing. You got to blitz to get pressure. So don't let the speed intrigue you. You need guys that's going to better stop that run. Guys that's going to better block shit and keep guys from going 70 yards on you every time they turn the corner on stretches and shit when you get to your DNs. So you're looking for guys that's going to grade out and the other things versus grading out. Like, you need these guys. Pursuit. See that? B+ block shed. Finesse moves. You need that. You need to look at pursuit and finesse and block shed. That's what you need to look when you're looking at these guys, right? Jalen Phillips does it better than anybody. So I'm telling you, top 5 talent, top 10 talent. top 5 talent right here with Carlos Basham. Now, when you get to the D tackles, the D tackle position is completely loaded. There now, to me, the first round talents, and I'm just being 100% honest. Christian Baymore is a top 5 talent. He's the number 1 player in the draft, so you have to understand that. This guy should go in the top 10. I don't think he will, but he should go in the top 10. Davion Nixon, solid ass player. USC's guy is a dog. Marvin Wilson is an animal from Florida State. You got Dariel Slayton is another animal for Florida. Jordan Davis is an animal. Tyquan Graham is solid. LeBron Ray is a dog. He's a first round talent. And as you go down, you got some guys. Brandon Feli is a first round talent. And then you got the my player, Albert O'Neal. Am I missing anybody? Naquan Jones, first round talent. Mustafa Johnson is a pretty solid player. Jordan Scott, Lorenzo Neal. This is Lorenzo Neal, the fullback for the Chargers' son. He got NFL pedigree, so he's a talent. He's not first round. Yeah. He's gonna have a high draft grade. His draft grade gonna be like 7.8, 8.0. And then you got Aubrey Solomon, who's a sleeper. At left outside linebackers, Mekhi Parsons is one of the fastest linebackers you're gonna get. He's legit, 90 speed, the number 1 player. He's a top 5 talent in this draft. Zavon Collins is a dog. Azor, these guys are all second or third round picks though. When you look at these guys, you're not really looking at. I'm looking at names, trying to see if none of these guys. These are roster filler guys. You know what I'm talking about? Except for the my player guy, Antonio Ty. You know, he's a top tier guy. Trust what I'm telling you. I spent hours on these guys. I know it. Chaz Surratt, this guy played quarterback and moved to middle linebacker, and he could have made it to the league at quarterback as well. So that's the athlete you're getting with him. He's the number 1 middle linebacker. Everybody knows who Dylan Moses is. Top. These guys are first day players, definitely first rounders. Patty Fisher and Tony Fields are dogs that people gonna sleep on. Trust what I'm telling you. And then Baron Browning is a cover guy. He can do a little bit of everything for Ohio State. Number 5, we know who he is. He could play, but he's a day 2 guy, third rounder in my opinion. But somebody gonna get him in a second. KJ Britt solid. The rest of these guys pretty good tacklers and good roster fillers, except for the my players. At right outside linebacker, the Notre Dame guy is a dog. He does it all. He can cover. He can pass rush. He is legit first round talent. So is the Joseph Texas guy from Texas. He's a first round talent. Nick Bolton is a tackler. Adam Anderson. Adam Anderson is a speed guy, but he's too little to play DN, but because he can't cover. But he's probably the fastest linebacker outside of Mekhi Parsons. He's the fastest linebacker in the draft. I like the 6'6" size. But what I don't like at my linebackers is they can't drop back and cover zones. I don't want them. At 225, he's going to be too light. He only got like 72 strength. So you can't put him at DN. So to me, the speed will make him jump up and get picked way higher than he should. But this guy's a third round pick for sure. Now, if I picked him, it would be like if I wasted a second round pick on this guy, he'd be a situational player. But I would try to build the shit out of him in a way, because the problem is he's not strong enough to block shed. His block shed low, and his strength is low, so he's not going to get off of blocks. Going to get miles down. I'm pulling up around the circle. All right, at cornerbacks, Patrick Surtain, he ain't going to wow you with his 40, but he's the best corner in the game. He will go in the top 10. J.C. Horn, another NFL pedigree. Khalif Farley is a speed demon. So is Rondarius Williams. Tyson Campbell. These guys are day 1 guys. Sean Wade. Then when you get to the day 2 guys, Kerry Vincent is a speed demon. Arian Robinson, Darion Kendricks. Like, it's so many good corners in this draft, man. You can't go wrong. Asante Samuel Jr. Is a NFL pedigree. Trey Brown, speed demon. Ombre Thomas got great speed and could cover. Thomas Graham, solid. Marco Wilson, to me, is one of the top cover corners in the draft. Robert Rochelle is a pretty solid player. Tariq Castro-Fields has decent speed. Miles Jones at 6'4" has good size and can press really well. Keith Taylor, another guy with good size. Nashawn Wright got good size, but he is a development project for real. Elijah Blades is a dog, flat out dog. Shakur Brown is a dog. Matt Hankins is a solid player. Rachel Wild Goose is okay. He can cover, but he need work. DJ Danielle is solid. Yeah, no, maybe. My bad. Park. I'll come out here. Doing real talk. Elijah Griffin, Warren G's son, the rapper Warren G's son. This guy won't wow you with speed, but his athleticness is really, really good. Then you got the my players, Sammy McDuff, Jalen Ruffin. These guys are top 10 talents. You can't draft these guys, but they top 10 talents. And at safety, Andre Cisco is a dog at safety at 6 foot. He's one of the faster guys. Javon Holland is the best cover safety in the draft. Richard LeCounte can do it all as well. Darius Washington is the Honey Badger 2.0 for sure. Damar Hamlin, pretty solid. Joshua Bledsoe, pretty solid. Let me see. Melifanu, Syracuse guys, pretty solid. And then you get Trey Washington, top 10 guy. Jamil Tyson, top 10. They all my players. My player. Tyreek Gillespie, Sherwood, Marcus Priester. That's Mark. Reed Blankenship will knock your fucking helmet off, and he's one of the fastest safeties in the draft. And to me, if you need a safety, you need to go get him right away. Don't sleep on Reed Blankenship. He's probably the 3rd fastest safety in the draft, and he's probably the hardest hitter in the draft. All right, so everybody knows who Parrish Ford is, the number 1 safety. But Trayvon Moorridge is an absolute dog. Bubba Bolden, absolute dog. Caden Stearns is a really, really good safety for Texans. Hammer Nasir Dime, I love him because he's 6'4", and he played for my team, Florida State. But this guy, his speed, it killed me. His speed, looking at 85 speed safety, not going to really wow you anywhere else. His coverage is terrible, but he is a tackler. Richie Grant, pretty solid dog. Who else a dog on here? Tyreek Thompson, solid. Christian Uphoff. Then you got Black Ass over here, and then James Wiggins is a monster. If you're gonna look for speed, you're gonna get it here with James Wiggins. And then D West is gonna be a dog tackler, especially a tackler, a strong safety for them Cowboys. Keon Carter is my player, and we all know who the next. What was the guy from Pittsburgh Steelers? This is him right here. So he's a dog. Don't sleep on him. Now, most of y'all going to stay away from the 5'9" kid, but this might be one of the best, if not the best, strong safety in the draft. So that's the draft class now. Now, with that being said, the LA Chargers have the first pick of the draft. So let's go through my top 10 mock draft of what I think might happen. I think the Chargers, especially after trading Keenan Allen, I think they're going to go receiver for there, save me some of that mile. I ain't even got one. So I think the Chargers need to go receiver in the worst way, and to me, you can't go wrong with the Heisman winner. I see Devontae Smith going number 1 in our draft. I was on questions your excuse for sharing your position, nigga, and you was bench for him a bitch. Again, I think Devontae Smith goes number 1 to the Chargers, rightfully so. The Heisman winner, probably going to get a superstar player as winning the Heisman. So I see Devontae Williams going 1. Now the Lions traded the Ravens and they got the number 2 pick. I think the Lions are going to go dual threat quarterback. They're going to go get the fastest quarterback in the draft, which is Justin Fields. And we're going to start to see a little bit of re-option stuff happening in Detroit. So they're going through an identity crisis where they're changing everything up. At number 3, you have the Ravens sitting at number 3. And the Ravens don't have nobody on their offense at all. They do got, I don't have to go running back because I got my player. So we're going to go receiver. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and get Jalen Waddle. We're going to go get speed and match that with Hollywood Brown. So Jalen Waddle will go off the board at number 3. So our top three picks so far will be Devontae Smith to the Chargers, Justin Fields, first quarterback off the board to the Lions, Jalen Waddle, fastest receiver in the draft to the Ravens. And then number 4 is the Dolphins. And I think at number 4, Jamar Chase goes off the board. At number 4. I think Jamar Chase goes off the board at number 4. Possibly the best receiver in the draft outside of Devontae Smith. Pure number 1 receiver for sure. Need a receiver to throw to, and Tua is going to love throwing a Jamar Chase. Now at number 5, Oakland Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders and Coach T. Me personally, I think T needs to go ahead and get that quarterback now. I think he can, because I think T knows how to move. So T can go get his franchise quarterback for the rest of the disc right now, and then he can go clean up all them other positions coming back, because he's picking 5 in every round. And whatever trades he made, probably got some more shit going on. But he could clean that whole team up and go get him a stud running back in the second round. Is a million running back that's good. So I think T comes and get the X Factor quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. And I say X Factor because he's the best player in the draft. Number 1 player in the draft. As simple as that. Right? So I see Trevor Lawrence going off the board second quarterback going off the board, number 5, to the Los Angeles, what are they? Las Vegas Raiders. Sorry, I apologize. Las Vegas Raiders. Trevor Lawrence will be the next franchise quarterback, Las Vegas Raiders. All right, at number 6, we got the Panthers in a trade with the Colts last night. Panthers jumped up to number 6. And I think they go get the next dual threat quarterback, Trey Lance. This guy can be the number 1 pick in this draft. Honestly, he's that good. His deep ball is really, really good. But he got good speed as well. I don't think he's better than Trevor Lawrence at all. But you're getting a dog quarterback that could turn that Panthers franchise around. They need a quarterback. So I like him going there to the Panthers. At number 7, the Eagles jump up to number 7. They trade with the Ravens and go from 11 to 7. Details of the trade will be later on. With that being said, at number 7, I see cornerback coming off the board, and I see Patrick Surtain second coming off the board, the best cornerback in the draft. Now, you match him with Darius Slay and that young secondary they got, I think you're doing something big over there. The Eagles got really good speed everywhere. So I like Patrick Surtain being a shutdown. You got Darius Slay, who's a shutdown, and then Patrick Surtain, who's the best cornerback in the draft, being another shutdown at number 7. At number 8, who knows? I don't know. It's the Patriots. I think they got to get Cam Newton a receiver. I don't think the Patriots should go quarterback, even though Cam Newton's there. I don't think they should go quarterback right now. I think they can wait a season or 2, in my opinion. So I see the Patriots with that monster offense. Hillburgers need a guy that can stretch the field. He do got his my player coming, but his my player is a guy that can catch the dog catches you need him to catch. So I see Hillburgers going at receiver, and then we're going to see the second fastest receiver in the draft walk off the board. Anthony Schwartz, this guy's a 10-1 track star, 4.27 speed, flying. All right, I see him going to that monster offense in New England with Hero Burgers at number 9. And at 10, we got Albert. Albert going to go defense. I don't know what he's going to go. Hold up, I'm at number 8. Number 8, I'm sorry. Number 9, the Jets sitting there. This is going to be my first trade. I think the Jets is going to trade out. They've been if you've been paying attention to the chat or knowing what's going on, the Jets have been moving around all for the last 3 days. These guys, his GM skills is up there somewhere in the level of greatness. Why? Because he been on the phones and moving all the way around. I think the Jets move back. If I could talk to Adam Scheffler, I would know for a fact. If the Jet what the trade will be. But I think we're going to get the Washington football team coming from 19 down to 9. And the Jets moving back to 9 and acquiring some things that I'll find out in a little bit. And if that happens, then I see the Washington football team is coming down at 9, right? And they only coming down at 9 because they are in dire need for a quarterback. So now that Trevor Lawrence is off the board already, Justin Fields is off the board already, Trey Lance is off the board already, you still got Zach Wilson, Kyle Trask, Mac Jones is in this draft right now at the next top tier guys. This is a hard situation. I don't know who he's going to get. I'm gonna be honest with you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Matt Jones there. But I got a feeling it's Hitter, and Hitter, what he does, he's so unorthodox. He's gonna grab a quarterback that nobody's thinking about. Watch. And that quarterback gonna do some special shit for him because at the end of the day, he know how to play with it. He know how to build a quarterback. So I think he'll do some special things. But right now, I got Mac Jones sitting at number 9. And at 10, I got Albert at 10, and the choices is his. I think he wants to build that defense. I know Albert loves speed. So what I gotta say is, Albert loves speed, so what I see what Albert doing is going to get one of the fastest quarterbacks in the game. Now, he could get Khalid Farley. To me, he got really good speed too. Darius Williams got good speed. But I think the fastest cornerback in the game, if I can remember who it was, is Kerry Vincent Jr. He might be the fastest guy in the draft, Kerry Vincent Jr. And Eric Stokes. I know you see Stokes on the board, but the game won't allow me to put Stokes in. They say it's profanity, so Eric Stokes. These guys are track star corners, so I think it's either going to be him.
They said it's profanity.
Yeah, Kerry Vincent. I put Stokes in, and they told me they wouldn't let me type. I had to change the name.
Oh wow.
So that's number 10. Now, I'm going to come back. I will. He said, don't stop at 10. Do first round mock draft predictions. I will. I'll come back and do the next 10 after that. I'm not going to do it right now, though. So I think Kerry Vincent Jr. is going to go number 10 to the Giants, which is special over there because they do got Darnay Holmes, upcoming rookie. That's going to be a good corner for these guys over there. So I like the Giants starting on their back end in the secondary first. That's my top 10 predictions. Let's see if I'm right. I need you guys to post who y'all think y'all top 10s, who the top 10 players will be in the draft, top 10 picks, where they gonna go in this draft. But that's my predictions. Draft starts at 5:30. I will be advancing if everybody did their resigning. I will advance to week 1 of free agency, so everybody can get their trades and shit done. This is AntHits, the franchise guru, giving you a draft recap, mock draft. Holla at y'all when I holla at y'all.